Hello and welcome to the Rumblin Man channel. In today's video, we're going to be checking out a custom bass guitar built for me by Michael Wolf of the YouTube channel Wolf Guitars and Gear. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. Regular subscriber, glad you're here. Also, if you're a unique visitor, if this is your first time on the Rumblin Man channel today, I invite you to subscribe and to give this video a thumbs up, and I appreciate that support. This is a guitar and bass channel where we look at gear and tutorials as pertain to guitar and bass. So guys, I've known Michael Wolf for a while. In fact, he's one of my really good friends, and we actually connected originally on the internet. We've never even actually met up in real life, but we've talked a ton and just become great friends. So Michael, thank you for making this bass happen. So essentially what we've got here is a custom P bass with Michael's custom job on it. And I'm just going to tell you a little about it and let you hear it today. So Michael lives in Montana, and he's a highly experienced guitar player and bass player. And over the years, he's learned a lot about gear, and I really love his YouTube channel. So after you watch this video today, make sure you go in and check out Michael's YouTube channel. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video, as well as a link to the video in which he did this custom finish, etc. So you can check out his vids. But he's got a lot of great knowledge. He was on the road for many years, and he's always kind of dreamed of being a builder, you know, starting his own line of instruments. And today that's still a dream of his, but he does do builds when he can. He's done a lot of great guitar builds, some really cool Telecaster and 335 style builds that you can check out on his channel. And he knew that I love bass and that I needed another bass, a good PJ, so he's very kind to build me this bass. So Michael, thank you. One thing we want to go on and clarify is he didn't cut his own wood. You know, he doesn't have the supplies and the manufacturing budget quite yet to do all of that. So he actually decided to just do a kit build and do it to the best of his ability. And I really like what he did. So this was originally a solo kit. Many of you are probably really familiar with solo kits. You see them all over YouTube. And I gotta say, for the solo kit, a couple things I like about it are the body is a good weight. It's not heavy, and it's not overly light and cheap. It's a pretty nice body, and then the neck is a maple neck with a very smooth finish. It feels like more of a satin rub on this neck. So this is, or was, a solo kit, so the bass itself and the hardware were a solo kit. As well as some of the inner electronics. And then Michael put in his own spin on a couple of things, and I really like what he did here. For one thing, he did push-pull pots for parallel and series modes on the pickups. He does his own custom wiring. And then my favorite touch about this bass, well, I have two favorite touches about this bass. So he made this bass without me even knowing. I thought he was making a bass for himself only. One of them is his custom finish in my favorite color, green. Very beautiful bass. I can't wait to play it on stage sometime. He did a stain followed by a tongue oil rub on this piece of wood, and a very nice job in the green finish. And then another thing I really love is he went on and he got some of my favorite boutique pickups for this bass. This is the Porter Pickups PJ set. Now, you've already seen me review the Porter Pickups P-Bass pickup once before, and you can check out that video here on YouTube. And also in another upcoming video, I'll be specifically reviewing and demoing the PJ set. They sound absolutely great. Gonna let you hear them. By the way, in terms of hearing things, if you hear thunder and rain in the background, I live in Florida, and it is summer, so we're getting a lot of weather. And so please bear with me if you hear that. It is not my tummy rumbling. I already had a great meal at Wendy's today. Another thing Michael does with the instruments he builds that I really love is the MW for Michael Wolf headstock. It's a carve. He actually carves it. and it's really nice. And then it's also the same MW upside down, and I think that's a really cool logo of his. So I'm just a big fan of Michael and his channel and the things he does. So let's listen to this bass a little bit today. On the intro, you heard both pickups kind of with the tone down. Let's listen in real quick to just that P bass pickup and see if it gets us that classic thump. And I think the verdict there is yes, it's got a great boutique sound to it. And it's amazing that you can turn a solo kit into a boutique bass. I'm just saying. I am a PJ bass guy, and actually now that Michael made this for me, this is actually my only PJ bass at the moment. And I'd like more because to me, the PJ sound is rounder than a jazz bass sound. It's powerhouse, but still has some of that cutting edge, and it's just such a beautiful round sound. So real quick, let's listen to both the pickups together, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm also going to let you hear it in a mix, but real quick, let me tell you the things that I like and don't like. There are two things that I love and the one thing I don't care for so much. So if you're ready to dive into that, here are the things about this bass that I love. I guess three. For one thing, I love that my friend made it for me, okay? But I love the look of the bass. I love the maple fretboard combined with the green and tortoise. Like, it gets so close to how my dream bass will someday look whenever my dream bass is manufactured. The Rumblin man, bass, you know what I mean? Love the maple. I totally dig maple fretboards. I also dig rosewood and ebony, but the maple's a cool touch, and it gives you a little bit of a brighter sound, believe it or not. And also, I love Michael's work. That's another thing I love. I love what he did with the push-pull pots, the LED light. I love the headstock. I really love the finish he did. It's great. Like, it feels super smooth, just a super cool finish. So I really love Michael's ideas that he put into this bass, and I also really love the sound of the Porter PJ pickups. I've had the Porter P bass pickup in another bass for a while, but I've always wondered how the PJ kit would sound, and it does not disappoint. So I love that. So those are the things I love. I love the looks. I love Michael's handiwork. I love the sound. The only thing I really don't care for is the quality of the stock solo kit. I had a tough time getting the neck right, and even though I've adjusted the neck multiple times and had my tech look at it, the neck always finds a way to bow forward again. It's just not the most quality neck in the world. It's also difficult to adjust. Sometimes when the truss rod gets turned a certain way, you actually have to remove the strings from right there to get in there with an Allen wrench. Whereas with other basses, you can always kind of access it with the Allen wrench with strings on. It's pretty rare that you have to actually move the strings out of the way. Another thing that I'm really disappointed in about with the solo kit is the nut. The nut is just total trash, so I'm probably going to get a bone nut. This isn't even synthetic bone. It is plastic. The nut slots did have to be filed, so we made that happen, but the nut just absolutely sucks. So I'm going to replace the nut. The hardware is okay. I mean, these tuners feel a little better than the tuners on my Sire, and I assume these are just the kit tuners from the Solo kit. So I'm kind of disappointed in the Solo kit. But at the end of the day, I will say I do like how the neck feels, and I could see myself, playing this bass very comfortably on stage and having a great time doing so and looking really cool doing so. So it just goes to show that you don't really have to spend a fortune to build yourself a bass. And Michael built me a great bass here that I'm going to get a lot of use out of, and even throw on some more upgrades eventually with hardware and stuff like that. So thank you, Michael Wolf. And make sure you check out his channel, Wolf Guitars and Gear. It's literally one of my favorite YouTube channels, and he doesn't disappoint. He's really got a lot of great knowledge and things like that. So let's take a listen real quick to this bass with these Porter pickups, PJ style, in a rock mix, and see if it does the job. So guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. Thank you, Porter Pickups. Thank you, Michael Wolf of Wolf Guitars and Gear. Thank you, everybody who viewed. God bless you guys. And let me know in the comments if you've ever done any builds, what your experience with different kits are and different builds. And make sure you give Michael some love, because he really has this dream of starting his own line of instruments. And I completely support him in that. And I really hope he can make it a reality and get all the supplies he needs. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.